folks, JD here, and this might well be the best quad you can buy at this particular minute for under 60 quid. Right, let me explain as I open this. So I've been watching on Amazon for a while this particular quadcopter, which is Drocon's version of the MJX Bugs 3. Essentially, it is the MJX Bugs 3, just with a different badge on the box and on the transmitter. Now, with this particular quadcopter, it sat for a very long time. Best part of 18 months at 150, between 120 and 150 pounds. And it wasn't going anywhere. People in the hobby love this quad. This quad is an absolute stonker. Absolutely fantastic. And then all of a sudden, about 2 months ago, it went down to 60 quid. So I quite literally went out and I bought it as soon as I saw it down as low as that. And I thought, wow, this is one hell of a steal. Now for that, as you can see, I'm offloading all of these parts, which we're going to go into in a little minute, just after we go into this quadcopter. Now, as Christmas is approaching, what I would say is if you're into the quadcopter hobby and you've not yet got a nice brushless quad, you may want to start looking at this. This is the MJX Bugs 3. This is the blue version. Now, what does this give you? Well, this gives you 4 brushless motors. Yes, brushless motors. Nice, massive orientation LED to the front. You have a little camera, action cam holder at the back here. Now, at the time that this quad came out, action cams were all the rage. Everybody was buying them. 1080p and 4K ones were all over the place. Action cams are still very popular, but these had the standard rectangular shape to them. Now, this particular quad gives you a whopping 15 to 18 minutes of flight from this battery, which is absolutely colossal. 7.4 volt, 1800 milliamp hour battery with a standard XT60 connector by the look of it, which just clicks into the back here, and when it's all in, all you do is you just connect this into here, and then the quadcopter starts up automatically. Now, as we've got the quadcopter underneath, what we're going to do is we're going to fit this camera, and then once we've fitted it, we're going to look at the quadcopter in a bit more detail. Now, if you are a beginner, I would say that this quad might be okay for beginners, but it is also very, very powerful. So what you want to do is you want to just be careful. You don't want to go absolutely crazy, hell for leather with this thing, because it'll come and it'll bite you in the rear. Right, so here we have it. So let's have a quick little look at this. So let's start off the front. We have the very telltale MJX Bugs eyes. These are the trademark eyes you get on all MJX Bugs. We have the orientation LED. And then we have the beautiful dome. Very, 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 again, a lot like the eyes, the Bugs models are known for this very well-known dome at the front here. Now, if you look closer at it, you will see it's got a nice little curve in the middle of it here, just for the air to funnel directly down at the back end of the quad, with a little fin at the bottom here. Then at the back we have the battery connector, as we looked at a little while ago here, just the XT60 connector. Then we have the battery where it fits in here. Then we have the action cam holder at the bottom. All you do, as you may have seen me a couple of seconds ago, slide the action cam into here and then turn this locking nut so that it just locks the action cam holder in place. This action cam holder has got a screw on the side, so you can alter this orientation. It is manual, it is not automatic. To put the action cam in, it is exactly the same as the Bayang Toys X21 we looked at a little while ago, and that is just to pull down this arm here, and once you pull it down, then the drawbridge opens and the camera just slots in inside there. Now, looking at the front, then what do we get? We get our little LED light there and just the front end of the quad. Then we have the LED lights. 2 LED lights to the front and maybe 2 to the back as well, but the 2 to the back may be bind lights. So they may only come on, so they may only come on when you bind. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is just unplug that for the time being. But then, as I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, well, if the action cam is there, this doesn't make a very stable platform to take off from. No, it doesn't, which is why, if you are using the action cam mount, then you may want to use these landing sprigs, which are absolutely colossal. Now, if you do want to use these landing sprigs, they fit on very easily. There are some screws you can use as well, but quite literally all you would do is you would take off these landing sprigs here and you'd replace them for these landing sprigs. Oh, no, sorry, apologies. Leave the landing sprigs on, and all you would do is just connect these in there, like that. And then screw them in place. And then that gives you your 4 main landing sprigs for you to take off from, like that. There we go. Obviously you have to screw them in place, but that's essentially what you have. Now, with that in place, I'm not going to screw them on camera, because that's just going to be quite boring. Now with those in place, the MJX Bugs 3 quite literally sits like that. Very, very sturdy. Now, if you aren't using the action cam, you can unclip it, and then you can just use these 4 landing sprigs here. Quite easy, just to have a nice little platform on it. If you aren't going to be doing a lot of photography, then I would just dump this camera mount and just use the 4 there. Now, as we are going to be looking at as well, you have got these propellers to go on. So you've got 4A and 4B propellers quite easily. All you would do is you would put on the propellers, 2 on the A and then 2 on the B. And then, same as any other quadcopter, that then should be enough. There we are, so we've got 2A. And these are locking propellers as well, so there's no need to add any screws or anything like that. Once you twist them, they do lock in place. And then likewise, we've got 2B as well. So leaving 2A and 2B in the packets. And then likewise, we have the propeller guards here as well, should you want to use them once you put the propellers on. So let's just have a look and see. Yep, these are. So you've got B here and you've got A running this way. So what I'm going to do, quite simply, is just put on A first and then spin these on. 2 go on clockwise, 2 go on anti-clockwise. Depends on which way the propellers spin, the motors spin rather. And that then gives you no other way. No other way. Hold on to the motor and spin. There we go. Down it goes. Bop, 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 bop. That way, when the motor spins the other direction, it isn't going to unscrew the propeller. Now these should go on clockwise. Hopefully. Go on. No. This is B, right? No, that's A. I have managed, well done me, to get 4A. 4 A's out of the package. These should go on clockwise. Yep, they do. Perfect. There we go. So just holding the brushless motor and twisting, and then twist until they are on tight. Don't put them on too tight or it may weaken the plastic of the propeller. Now these propellers are quite thick. They're quite nice. They feel like standard MJX propellers. They are going to give you more than enough. Oh, there we are. Look at that. Beautiful. As you can see, this is a pretty heavy bird. Now, what is the weight? Well, it is going to be over 250 by the feel of it. If I can just kind of, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, put this upside down. So, it's going to come in at 424 grams without these landing sprigs. So if you add the landing sprigs as well, you are probably looking close to 500, I would have thought. Okay, it's not on very well balanced, so 469, give or take a couple of grams either side. So if you have got a 250 gram restriction in your area, you have got to register this. And when the 250 gram restriction comes out in this country, in the UK, then once again this is going to have to be registered. But it's a beautiful looking quad, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Right, let's put that to one side. Can't wait to take this out. It's got a up to a 3 to 500 meter remote control range as well. So next we're on to the transmitter. Transmitter is standard MJX transmitter. You have your lock and unlock button, which is the red one, and this is how you unlock and lock the motor. Now we do have 2 little plastic screw push-on buttons here for the analog sticks. So I'm just going to get these out. Now these aren't push-on, these are screw-on. Okay, fine. So you can push them on, but then what you are going to have to do is screw them in place using the screws which are in this little bag. So just make sure you do that before you fly. So as you can see, we don't have altitude hold. This copter is a non-altitude hold copter, and honestly, that's perfect. I love my non-altitude holds. I actually prefer them. You can get a lot better flight out of a non-altitude hold than you can out of an altitude hold quad. You are totally in control. So you've got a lot of buttons to the top, a lot of buttons to the middle as well. So we have our obligatory on and off button. We have also our trim buttons as well, to the front and to the side there, for roll, pitch and yaw trim. Then we have our speed changers, as well as our record video and take photos, and as well as our 3D flip button. Now this is a massive quad to be doing 3D flips. Make sure you give yourself more than enough height and more than enough space in order to do them, because otherwise this is going to come down with a bang. So those are your buttons. Very, very straightforward. It's a very nice controller as standard. It feels plasticky. It is very thin plastic, but at the same time, these MJX transmitters, they do exactly as they say on the tin. It doesn't say it's going to be anything special. It isn't, but they work absolutely fantastically. Now, taking the screw out of the back, you will be able to see that we have 4 AA. Yeah, there we are. 4 AA batteries you need to insert in here in order for this thing to work. This does not allow USB charging of any way, shape or form, so you have got to ensure the batteries inside here are fully charged and ready to go. So with that, my friends, that's the transmitter. Then we've got so many accessories with this. We've got, as you saw me opening all these different packets, we've got a screwdriver, we've got a motor holder for when you're going to put on and change your propellers as well. We've also got a balance charger, we've got a 3-pin plug, a mains plug here just to charge your battery with. Battery charging will take about 2.5 to 3 hours to complete. It can be anywhere after 2 hours, to be honest, knowing MJX. Then we have a little bag of screws here as well, just inside there. And then we have our manuals. Now our manuals here, we get 2. So the manuals we get is German and British. So we get instruction videos and FAQs and troubleshooting at the bottom there. Now the MJX manuals are pretty good. They like their different colour font, but essentially it tells you every single part about the quad. It tells you every single part about the transmitter as well. So all in all, it goes into quite a bit of detail. Also, you can get spare parts for it as well, like the hood and the propeller arm holders as well, propeller arm covers. So all in all, this quadcopter is a very, very, very good quad. Very nice quad. It's also a highly customizable quad as well. I'm really looking forward to taking this out. So all in all, what do we get in this package? Well, we get the MJX Bugs 3. We also get our 2 spare propellers for A and our 2 spare propellers for B. We also get our 3-pin charger if you're in the UK. You also get your propeller arms. You get your 4 large landing sprigs so you can use your camera attachment. You get your balance charger. You get your motor holder as well as your screwdriver. You get enough screws that you could ever want just to replace anything if anything ever gets a little bit too old, as well as your screws here just so that you can screw on your what were they for? Just that you can screw on your parts of your transmitter, the 2 analog sticks, as well as you also get your transmitter. So literally for £60, folks, look at it. Look at everything you get. This is a fantastic set. Get it while you can. Link is in the description, my friends. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.